Amway Corporation, and they wanted to know how to attract Gen Y in terms of their nutritional supplements. I'm Zach.
And Liz.
A quick outline of the presentation. First we'll talk about the client background and then a little introduction to Gen Y and a few statistics. Then we'll follow that by our objectives and hypothesis, our methodology and assumptions, and then we'll take a look at our survey results and survey limitations, and end with conclusions and recommendations for the client. A little background of the client. Amway Corporation is a multi-billion-dollar global direct sales company with $12 billion in sales last year, with 90% of those sales being in the international markets, like Europe, Asia, Africa. They were founded in 1949 by two friends, Jay Van Andel and Richard DeVos, and they manufacture and sell 4 product lines at Amway. Neutralite, which are their nutritional products, Artistry, which are their beauty products, Legacy of Clean, which are their home care products, and Satinique and Body Care series, which is their personal care products. Little introduction to Gen Y. Gen Y members were born between 1982 and 2000, but for this survey we just focused on 18 to 31-year-olds. Their income, yearly average income prior to college graduation, is $2,000, with their yearly average income jumping up to $20,000 after college graduation. Little geography: 54% of Gen Y members live in the suburbs, with the highest concentration being in California, with 8,083,000 members, which is about 20% of Gen Y population. Some general characteristics of Gen Y: they are tech savvy, growing up with technology and technology all around them. They know technology pretty well. They're ambitious. They like to set goals and then strive to achieve those goals. And they are very impatient. They don't like to wait for what they want. Our objective and hypotheses. Our objective was to provide Amway Corporation with strategy options for attracting Gen Y to their nutritional supplements. Our first hypothesis was Gen Y is concerned with fitness and take supplements to enhance their overall health. Our second hypothesis was Gen Y's main goal in taking nutritional supplements was to lose weight. And our third hypothesis was Gen Y's main goal in taking nutritional supplements was to build muscle.
Our methodology was to do secondary and primary research. For our primary research, we conducted a survey, which we gave out hard copies and did surveys on SurveyMonkey and sent it through Facebook. We had 4 categories: protein, raspberry ketones, or vitamins, or weight loss. And we disclosed the description of all of those. Protein is one of the 3 nutrients used as energy source, essential components for muscle, skin, and bones. And raspberry ketones is a supplement which has certain compounds within the formula that helps regulate the protein in the body to maintain metabolism. And vitamins is a fat-soluble or water-soluble organic substance for normal growth and activity of the body. And weight loss products is any product consumed for shedding fat, such as fat burners or an appetite suppressant. And our assumptions, through our secondary research, we found out that 2/3 of adults over 20 were overweight, and that 50% of women and 25% of men are on a diet. Therefore, we knew that people worldwide needed products to help control their weight and maintain their fitness. And we also made assumptions that most men are going to drink protein shakes to help build their muscle mass and that women are more focused on losing weight and keeping toned body and maintaining their health.
Regarding the results of our survey, we designed it because we wanted to determine the reasons that Gen Y takes nutritional supplements. We wanted to find out how much exposure they had to raspberry ketones, and we determined that 50% would be our threshold for favorable results. Now, the demographics for this survey, we did get it out to 125 people, including Facebook and hard copies. 48 responded, giving us a 38% overall response rate. 56% of them were female, 44% male, and their income range fell, the largest group, 45%, making $0 to $20,000 per year, 21% between $20,001 and $35,000, and then $35,000 and one up was 34% of the respondents. Now, regarding supplement intake, the most popular supplement is vitamins taken by this group at 70%, which is followed by protein at 40%. And weight loss products are way down there at only 6% of the group. And ketones, raspberry ketones comprise about 4% of the group. However, we asked how many people would be willing to try these supplements and came up with 56% that would be willing to try the raspberry ketones, and 46% are willing to try protein. And then weight loss is down there at 27%, and vitamins at 25%. Of those not willing to try in that age range, weight loss products were at 67% for people that are not interested in taking them, followed by the raspberry ketones at 40%, and then the protein and vitamins are down there at 15% and 4%. Regarding the methods they use to consume, which could be chewable, pill form, drink, food bar, or powdered protein, we determined that for vitamins, preference is chewable or pill form. For protein, they prefer to take protein by eating a food bar or a drink, as opposed to powder, with only 22% saying they use powdered protein. Food bar, ketones, food bar and pills is the preferred method, and for weight loss, they prefer taking a drink or a pill. As far as flavor goes, flavor is important, not only because people like to eat things that taste good, but sometimes they use it to mask other flavors that might be in vitamins or supplements that are sold, and that can help people be more likely to take it. Chocolate is by far the overall preferred method for all forms, protein and weight loss, followed by, I believe it was vanilla for protein and strawberry for weight loss products. As far as purchasing habits, most people pick them up at the grocery store when they're out shopping. 80% of the people get their supplements from the grocery store. 25% will make a trip to a health store to get these supplements, and online only accounts for 11%, followed by 5% who purchase them through direct sales methods. Now, the primary consumption purpose was one of our main reasons for doing this survey. We wanted to find out what they take these supplements for. 67% of them take it to maintain overall health, and 37% to build muscle and strength, followed by 24% would take supplements to manage their weight. The first one proved our hypothesis that 67% take it to increase their overall health. And our other two hypotheses were disproved by this survey because we had a less than 50% favorable response for building muscle or managing weight. Regarding the pricing, the most popular overall, people are only willing to spend between $0 to $10 for an average 30-day supply, which was then followed by the $11 to $20 range, which is the other popular. As you can see from looking at the chart, not many people are willing to spend more than $20 on their supplements. And regarding some of the things we learned in the survey, Amway could take the income range of this group, which is only $20,000 until they graduate college, and how much they're willing to spend, and they could look at that to determine pricing points for some of their products. If they want to attract this group, they might want to make some adjustments. They can look at supplement intake for those who are willing to try, And right now, Amway does not sell raspberry ketones, but I believe it was something like 56% were willing to try it, so that's something they could take a look at. And as far as how people consume products, we had thought protein powder was the main form, and it turns out that food bars and drinks was the other one, is a preferred method. So they could use that to maybe look at some different ways they market their products, maybe come up with different forms for new products.
Some of the errors and limitations, one was because it was hard copy, we put it into SurveyMonkey so we could analyze all the results as one. So there was an operating error. Some of the data didn't get in accurately for each survey question that we had. So it's hard to distinguish each question by gender. We did go in and hand tally the first question. That's why we were able to distinguish 50 or the percentage for gender. And we didn't have an NA or non-applicable option on the survey. And some of the questions got skipped. So it's hard to be accurate in that question because it was skipped by a few respondents. And also our description of the key terms we thought were a little vague on the survey. If we could go back and do it over, I think we'd give examples of what we meant by vitamins and weight loss. So just so people were aware that what we meant by what we were saying in the survey. Our limitations, we only administered it to people in Grand Rapids and in the surrounding areas. And according to sciencebuddies.org, the margin of error at 7.1%, to get the best results, you would have to randomly select people in the U.S. population, and you would have to have 200 respondents. Due to the lack of time and money and not having the contact list to send it out to more than just 125 people that we did, we got a good response rate of 38%, but if we had more time and a better contact list, I think we'd get a better view of results. And our conclusions, obviously vitamins were the most popular one. We think that Amway, because they're direct sales and most of their profits and money is being made in other markets, I think they could do a lot more to try to get people in the United States to at least get it through direct sales, or at least push for people to come to the website and get a lot of hits on the website and have people purchase online, also increasing their online sales. And 70% of the females and 60% of the males were not willing to try weight loss products. This was probably the most shocking one, because a lot of us assumed that it would be a little bit lower than that more people were taking them. So we think for future research, dive into that and find out what's going on. Is it just a perception, or are people dissatisfied with the products? And then another one was that 100% of the males were either using or willing to try protein. So we think this is a really good market. I think that Amway could do, try to go after that males for protein. And also, like I said before, 5% only go through a distributor. So we think that increasing their online sales will help them. And most of the respondents were willing to spend $20, and like Sue said, they should we would recommend to try to tailor toward that group so they can get a lot more younger crowds buying their products. And for the ketones, our final recommendation, we think it would be best for them to offer that or look into the option to have raspberry ketones in their Nutrilite product line, because of the 56% of people that were willing to try. So I think it would be a great potential market.
Are there any questions out there about Gen Y and their nutritional supplement habits?